Are you starting to run? Be careful, because what they haven't told you is that making certain mistakes can cost you dearly. Did you know you might be damaging your knees without even realizing it? Or that many beginner runners quit in their first few weeks out of unnecessary frustration? If you want to avoid injuries, improve faster, and truly enjoy every kilometer, you need to know about these mistakes that almost everyone makes. How many times have you gone for a run, only to end up feeling worse afterward? Do you wonder why, despite all your efforts, you're not seeing results? Today we're going to expose those hidden mistakes, the ones holding you back without you even knowing. Are you ready to discover what could change the way you run forever? Let's get into it. Error 1. Unrealistic expectations. Do you really think that in 2 weeks you'll be running like an Olympic athlete? Big mistake. This is one of the biggest errors beginners make. They think results will come quickly, and when they don't, frustration knocks them down. The truth is that running is a process that takes time. And it's not just about willpower or motivation. Your body needs to adapt, your muscles, your joints. Your entire system needs to train to endure the distances. If you think you'll improve overnight, you're setting yourself up for failure. Do you know what happens when you push yourself too hard at the beginning? You get injured, you lose motivation, and you quit. That's where most people go wrong. And it's a problem because when you start with unrealistic expectations, the reality check hits twice as hard. The key here is simple. Set small but consistent goals. Don't compare yourself to others or what you see on social media. Does running 5 kilometers seem like too much? Start by walking and running in short intervals. Think you're not progressing fast enough? Look at it from another angle. Every step, no matter how small, brings you closer to your goal. Real progress isn't linear, and consistency is your best ally. Forget about quick results and focus on enjoying the process. Because, believe me, if you fall in love with the journey, the results will come naturally. Error 2. Not warming up before running. Do you walk out the door and start running right away? Big mistake. You're playing Russian roulette with your legs. It's incredible how many beginners think warming up is optional, like it's only for professionals. But here's the truth. Not warming up is the perfect recipe for injury. Your muscles are like an elastic band. If you try to stretch them cold, snap, they tear. And the same thing happens with your muscles and tendons. If you don't prepare them, you're setting yourself up for sprains, strains, or even long-term injuries. The best part is you don't need to spend half an hour warming up. Just 5 minutes of simple movements to activate your body. Some lunges, ankle rotations, and you'll be ready to give it your all without risking your health. Your body will thank you. Error 3. Running too fast. Do you feel like every time you go for a run, you're being chased by a tiger? Slow down. Running too fast is one of the most common and devastating mistakes beginners make. And it's normal. When you start, you have all this built-up energy, and you think, I'm going to fly down the street. But that excitement can come back to bite you. What happens when you go too fast? You burn out too quickly, your legs get heavy, and worst of all, you start hating every step you take after that. Don't be surprised if you end up exhausted halfway through and wonder why you can't run for more than 10 minutes. The key is to run at a pace that allows you to last longer. A good rule of thumb: if you can't hold a conversation while running, you're going too fast. Slow it down, enjoy the process, and you'll feel better and go farther without even realizing it. Error 4. Not wearing the right shoes. But I've had these shoes for years, they're perfect, right? Wrong. Your feet and knees don't think so. Wearing the wrong shoes can be the difference between enjoying every run or dealing with pain that puts you out for weeks. What many don't realize is that running in shoes that aren't made for running, or that are worn out, puts massive pressure on your joints. Your knees, ankles, and even your back can suffer. And it's not just about comfort, but preventing long-term injuries. So yes, the right shoes might cost a bit more, but think of it as an investment in your health. Your body will thank you, and so will your performance. And don't just go for looks or brand names. Choose shoes that fit your running style and your feet. Error 5. Not resting enough. Do you think the more you run, the faster you'll improve? Huge mistake. This is the classic error of thinking that rest is only for the weak. But surprise. If you don't give your body the time it needs to recover, you'll ruin your progress, and let me tell you, overtraining can wreck everything. Your body doesn't improve while you're running, it improves while you rest. Every time you train, your muscles get tired and create tiny tears. It's during rest that they repair, get stronger, and prepare for your next run. If you don't rest, you don't allow for that recovery, and what follows is fatigue, injuries, and even worse, stagnation. Running every day without a break is a direct path to burnout. And if you think skipping rest days will make you stronger, you're fooling yourself. Lack of rest not only affects your physical performance, but also your mental health. So, if you want to improve, rest. Alternate running days with active recovery or full rest days. In the end, running more doesn't always mean running better. Give your body the time it needs, and you'll see yourself progressing much faster. Error 6. Skipping nutrition and hydration. Do you head out for a run without eating or drinking enough water? Huge mistake. Running on an empty stomach or poorly hydrated is like trying to drive a car without gas. You won't get far, and you'll feel awful. Nutrition and hydration are just as important as the training itself. If you don't fuel your body properly, it won't have the energy it needs to perform. And no, we're not talking about eating just anything. Running requires the right nutrients at the right time. Did you know that even slight dehydration can drastically reduce your performance? Yes, it's that serious. If you're not well hydrated, you could face cramps, dizziness, extreme fatigue, and even fainting. Ideally, eat something light but nutritious before running, like a banana or a handful of nuts. And as for water, don't wait until you're thirsty. Stay hydrated throughout the day so that when you hit the road, your body is ready to perform at its best. The key? Balance. Eat just enough to have energy, but not too much to feel heavy. Hydrate well before, during, and after your run. Because without the right fuel, it doesn't matter how much you run. Your body simply won't perform at the level you expect. Error 7. Comparing yourself to others. Do you spend all your time watching how others run and wonder why you're not as fast or can't go as long as them? Big mistake. Comparing yourself to other runners is one of the most dangerous traps you can fall into. And the worst part is that many do it without realizing it. What no one tells you is that every body is unique, and what works for someone else may not work for you. Maybe that person flying down the track has been training for years, or maybe they just have different genetics. Comparing yourself will only fill you with frustration, and even worse, it can make you push yourself harder than your body is ready for. The solution? Focus on yourself. Compete only with yourself. Celebrate your own progress, no matter how small. If today you ran a little farther or felt a little stronger, that's already a victory. Running is a personal battle, and the only marker that matters is your improvement, not someone else's. So, next time you feel tempted to look at other people's times or training on social media, remember, what matters is your progress, not theirs. Stay on your path at your pace, and the results will come. Now that you know the most common mistakes when starting to run, it's your turn. Avoid them, and you'll see your progress improve day by day. You don't need to be perfect, just consistent and mindful of how your body responds. If you found this video helpful, hit like, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss more tips to help you become a better runner, and let me know in the comments which of these mistakes you've made. See you in the next video, and remember, the key is to enjoy every step.